Welcome to the Traditional Bow Hunting Wilderness Podcast. This is Jason Samkoviak, and it's getting close to season here. I finally got all my stuff in my pack. All I got to do is kind of rearrange a few things, but I wanted to show you. It is basically all set up. This is the pack I'm going to use for hunting this year. This is that Kuiu Icon Pro 1850. This is my main pack that I'll be carrying with me when I'm out there hunting. And I also, as a lot of you guys know, I use a two-pack system sort of thing. This pack I've had for probably 20-something years, this North Face pack. Basically what I use this for is I use this as all my spare parts and refills and accessories that I need for this one. So when I go on an out-of-state hunt, this was the one that I will fill with the rest of my camera gear, all my things I want, but the side pockets and things like that are filled with more bow hooks, more rubber gloves, extra first aid supplies, more batteries, rattling antlers, anything I need to that's not normally with me that I may need to refill or take from, it stays in this pack. So it's always convenient, it's always sweet, simple together, and like I said, I'll put other stuff in there, camera gear, things that I need. But this pack is kind of my backup pack where I get all my other stuff to refill this one from. So that I'm not going to break down. It's basically just a lot of repeat things that are in here or extras as I need them to put into that pack. But it is a two-pack system setup I use. This one goes with me in the woods. This one just always stays in my truck basically all hunting season long, and as I need extra things or if I use them out of here, I can take them from this to replace them. So that's kind of what this one here, what I use this pack set up here for. So we're not going to get into that one too much today because like I said, it's not stuff with me that's going in the woods. This one, however, I'm going to break down and show you what we got in here. This is my main pack. As it sits right now, fully loaded with all the stuff I'm going to carry and my harness in there, my binoculars, all my stuff, my lineman belt, everything, my vest, all the stuff I get in here right now. This pack comes in at about 13.5 pounds, including the pack. So it's not real heavy, even though it looks pretty bulky. It's a lot of, vests and harness and a lot of that stuff in there, but it's not very heavy at all. I got everything kind of picked that way on purpose. So I'm going to show you what's in here, what we kind of got going with us, so you can kind of see things that I normally take with me. I did one of these a couple years ago, figured it was time to do a new one on here. The pockets are in are not necessarily the pockets are going to stay in. That's what I'm going to do after I get this all laid out. I'm going to put it back where I want it. But component-wise, a couple beef jerkies. Always good to have a few beef jerkies in there. That way you got them as far as, these aren't like food to snack on while I'm in stand. These couple I put in here, these are basically emergency food. This is spend a night in the woods for a night kind of food. It's lightweight, it's easy, it lasts for a long time, and I can carry them with me. So we got a couple beef jerkies right there that go with me all the time. And then in here, I got a couple extra wet wipes in here. These come in real handy. These little single packet of wet wipes. What's nice about them is after I'm done field dressing animals or anything like that or working on meat, I can use these to clean my hands and clean my knife and get rid of all the blood and everything that's on there. It comes in real handy, nice little two-pack of wet wipes. I always carry a few of them with me all the time. I got a pair of gloves. Gloves are just good to have in case your hands get cold. Grunt call. Always carry a grunt call. I just had to actually buy that one because I left my other one and I can't remember what state it was, but I got really mad at it and got rid of it. That's all the stuff I have in this pocket right now. Now in this side pocket here, I have Evercalm. I haven't even opened it yet, just bought a new one. I like this stuff. It's just, I don't know if it works all that great, but I kind of like it. I take this and I do it a little differently. I don't actually rub this on my shoes or anything like that. This deodorant stick of Evercalm stuff that's on here, but what I do with it is once I get in the stand, I take the cap, I put it up a little bit, and I use the cap to scrape a few flakes of this stuff off, and I just kind of fling them around my stand. Just kind of, it's like a deer dander type thing. It's basically just, it's just scent of, deer scents, natural everyday dander and dust and dead skin that come off of the deer basically is what this is. So it's kind of got a calming effect. I use it. It's Evercalm. Haven't even opened this yet. I will as it gets closer to season. Also in this pocket here, I got bow hooks. Bow hanger hooks. These come in real handy. Use them all the time. If you watched my other video, I showed you that I put these little yellow caps on them. These are little yellow electrical caps. There's a video if you want the details on them. But basically it keeps these from poking holes in your pack or in your pocket. So I always carry a few bow hooks because of the fact that I'm pretty notorious for leaving them in a tree. So I gotta have more than one. If I only carry one, then I'll leave it in a tree and I'll be mad next time and I end up holding my bow the whole time and getting fed up with it. So that, I think I got a couple more in here. And I got two more in here, two more bow hooks in there, a couple rubber bands that I guess I didn't realize were in there, but I'll find something to do with them because they come in real handy. But those are the two side pockets basically, and this one is going to carry my water bottle over here. So I'll have an actual, every time I'm in the woods, I got a bottle of water with me. Just a regular 20-ounce water bottle. It'll sit right in that pocket. So this one I don't mind stacking full of some of that stuff. This one I'm leaving open to put water bottles in. This top pocket on here, where I'm keeping most of my main stuff, my haul line for pulling my bow up. That's what that's going to be. Compass, this will actually come out of there. I leave mine kind of short because I don't wear this on my neck. I actually hook it through my belt loop and then feed it through itself, and it sits in my pocket. So anytime I need it, I just grab the string. Once I grab the string, I pull up, and there's my compass right there for me. So I end up, that's why I leave them, wear them like that. But the compass and saw is very important. I love these saws, these Gerber saws. They don't make these anymore. When they quit making them, I found a place that still had them on sale, and I bought, I think, 8 or 9 of them, and I think I got probably 4 or 5 left. Then they came out with another model that was very similar, and I bought 6 or 7 of those. But very nice, high quality, lightweight saw. It's my favorite saw that's ever been made. Like I said, I'm really bummed they quit making it, but always carry a saw with me when I'm out there. I have my arm guard. Usually don't use that when I'm shooting in short sleeves or even something light, but whenever I get some thicker clothing on, I have to wear that arm guard just to keep my clothes out of the way. I got my Zebra Light headlamp, priceless headlamp, one of the best ones ever made. This is a CR123 model, and just a phenomenal light. I got a couple of these. They are incredible. So I got my headlamp right there, and that does it for that pocket, except for right here I have my tags, all my tags and stuff. I keep them in a double Ziploc bag. That way my tags are with me, and they're waterproof and protected. It's nice. This pack has got it's got a lot of these little pockets inside of pockets and places to make it organized. It really does come in real handy. So it does it for that. Now we get into the main compartment, which has also got multiple pockets in here too. As you can see, we have all these other zipper pockets. There's a couple zip pockets that run down in here. We'll get into those in a minute. Inside, this is my vest. I have to wear a vest over my shoulder harnesses for my harness. Once I put on my safety harness, I don't like the strap sitting there. So this vest will go over top of that and keep those straps from getting in my way. And it is a waterproof vest, and I really like it. I haven't used it hunting yet. It's a Kuiu, one of the Kuiu vests, and but the prices was really good. I'm pretty excited about it, and I like the fact that it's waterproof, very, very lightweight and compact, and rolls up to nothing. And again, I use it mainly as just something to protect me over top of my harness stuff. But that will definitely come in handy to have. I'll stick that kind of out of the way. And binoculars, and you notice I keep my binoculars actually stay in a hat. Why? Because then it's multifunctional. It's not just one purpose. It's not having a set of binocular cases to protect them and carrying a hat separately. The cases for these are a pain in the butt. They're zipper style. You got to fish them in there just right. So instead I just take my binoculars and I put them right inside this hat, roll the hat over itself like this, then I stick it right in my pack that way. It's padded well, it protects it well, and then I also have a hat in case I need a hat or get cold. So it's kind of multifunctional. Binocular wise, I got a few pairs. My favorite ones are these. These are some Swarovski. They don't even make them anymore. I've had them for about probably 12 years. They're Swarovski 7x30s. Absolutely love these binoculars. But so those go right inside this hat and stay right in there as an actual binocular case. Like that. So those will be there. Harness wise, I have my harness right here, just a classic. I'm just going to set this here out of the way. My seat of the pants harness that I wear. I have my custom made lineman belts that I use all the time, that I show you guys have seen in my videos. So that's my lineman belt and harness setup. It runs right there, is in there. This is my waterproof hat. I carry this with me all the time. I always have a waterproof hat in here. This will be my second year carrying this one. This hat is phenomenal. It's made by Rivers West. What I really like about it is it's a waterproof hat. And I got it a size big so I can put it on over top of one of these hats if I need to. And it's adjustable in the back. So if I'm not wearing a hat over this, I can tighten this right up and make it fit really good. It's got this flap on the back, which is great because it keeps rain from running down your neck. I don't wear a hat. I don't like using a hood, a waterproof hood. So when I'm in my rain gear, or even if I'm just in that vest and it starts raining, with that vest on and this hat on, technically if I stand up just like that, the only part of me that can get wet is basically my arms, because I'm wearing that vest. So it's just my arms that can get wet and a little bit of runoff on my legs. So it's really not too bad. So it's almost like having a rain gear setup with me in there. This just phenomenal waterproof hat. Just sweet, simple, easy, folds up to next to nothing, and you can fit it right in your pack real easy. So that always stays in there. Also in this main compartment down here, what else do we got? These are my straps. I've shown you these. If you look at a video I did on how to hunt big diameter trees, these are the extension straps that I can use to make my sticks bigger. So if I got a tree that's that big around and I can't fit my sticks to go strapped around there, I can use these. I got 3 of them in here in different lengths, but they'll all give me an extension piece so that my strap, if it stops over here and I need it to get here, it's an extension piece that'll allow me to get there. So I always carry 3 of those. That way I got the extension straps on there. What else do we have in the main compartment here? Another little pocket right here, which I carry stuff in. We have always carry a contractor bag, contractor quality garbage bag. Multiple uses. If I get caught in a major downpour, I can use it to keep me dry. I can use it as a tarp to lay out to put meat on when I'm processing animals in the woods, or I'm quartering them out, or going to bone them out right there on the spot. It's a shelter if I need a shelter. It's endless possibilities. Water catchment if I need. It's whatever I need it to do. It's just it weighs next to nothing, and it's worth its weight in gold. Gotta, in my opinion, mandatory have. Crushed water bottle. I always carry one of these with me, even though I got a water bottle there and I have other water things. This one is nice. I can actually boil water in there if I absolutely needed to. I can turn this into cordage. I can do a ton of things with this. It's just it weighs nothing. Once you crush it down, it doesn't make any noise. It's just a flawless thing to have in your pack with you. So I always have one of those in there. Most of the time I have 2 with me in reality. Quikclot. I always carry clotting sponges with me. Main reason for it is because of the fact that we're dealing with broadheads and we're dealing with knives and we're dealing with sharp instruments, and any kind of major cut or anything like that, it could be very life-threatening, could be very dangerous. This stuff just comes in real handy. Quikclots, clotting sponges, whatever you want to call them, but they're worth it. It's not heavy. It's very flat, as you can see, and doesn't take up much space, and it's worth it. They're not expensive anymore. There was a time when they were quite a bit of money. Now they're very cheap. You can get them right on Amazon, and I always carry one. Again, we're dealing with sharp objects constantly between our broadheads, our knives, field dressing animals, working inside of body cavities where we can't see with cold, wet hands and knives. This stuff is worth its weight in gold, and when you need it, you're going to need it right away. So having it in the car doesn't help you. So I always carry that in my pack. Like I said, weighs nothing. It's just well worth it. This here, this is my actual kind of my medical kit, survival kit, that kind of thing. And I'll actually, when we're done with this stuff, I'll break this down for you and show you what's in there. So we'll cover that at the end there. Also in here, I carry zip ties. These are really main purpose I use them for is to attach tags to animals. I will actually poke a hole in the rear leg or something like that, or even around an antler. I will put the zip tie on there, and then I'll attach my tag to these zip ties, the stick tags and things like that. So I use them a lot for that, but also you notice I got a bunch of them. Reason is I find tremendous uses for them for all kinds of things. So they come in really handy for a multitude of stuff. So, and again, they weigh nothing. They take up very little space. So I like having zip ties with me. And that pretty much does this main compartment in here. Now, pocket-wise, we'll take this first one here, this top pocket. I have my GPS, which is basically a Garmin eTrex 20. Carry it with me everywhere. It's already preloaded with the maps and the things I need. I put a Paracord lanyard on it just because I like it better, so when it fits around my neck. And as far as the case for it, just to keep it from getting scratched up in there, it's already waterproof, so I don't need to put it in Ziploc bags or anything like that. I just took an old dress sock, I cut it off, and I just stick it in there and it fits in there. All it does is keep it from getting scratched while it's in my pack. Sweet, simple, easy to access and get to. This is my own invention here. Comes in really handy. We want to take pictures of ourselves, things like that in the woods. 99% of the time when I'm doing it, I'm just using my cell phone for pictures. I'm not going to lie, I'll even tell you on that scouting video, probably 30% of that footage was shot on my cell phone in video mode. I use this all the time for stuff. I'm a photographer, but I also don't want to carry a lot of camera gear all the time, especially with me when I'm in the woods. I'll have camera gear in that other bag and in camp for stuff like that, but when I'm in the field, I don't want to carry one. This here, they quit making this. I don't know if they might even still make it now. They might have brought it back, but they stopped making it a while ago. This is called the Ultra Pod. Basically, what it is just a very mini tripod, very ultra lightweight. And what I did is I took the top of a selfie stick, one of those clamps for a selfie stick that you put your phone in off of a $3 selfie stick from Walmart, and I mounted it on this ball head, so it's totally controllable. It's a standing upright tripod by itself, but with this Velcro strap that's attached to it, I can also close this up like this, stick it on a tree branch, and wrap it to a tree, spin this around, and I can use it on a tree if I want to be higher up or whatever I want. So it's basically a super ultra lightweight. I don't think this thing weighs, I mean, it weighs next to nothing. I mean, it weighs less than a small candy bar. It's really small and compact. But I use this as a way to be able to take selfies and pictures and hero pictures and do anything like that. So it's just a small, nice, convenient little tripod setup that I kind of built. Lighters, you're going to see a bunch of them. I always carry a lot of lighters with me. I have my Ecotec DC-20 flashlight with me. This thing is, you know, even though I got the headlamp, I want a flashlight as well too. This is a good quality flashlight. Multiple outputs. I can go low, medium, high. Low, medium, high, or I can turn it on for ultra high. You got options for everything. Love this flashlight, so I always carry that with me as well too. Knife wise, I have my this is the White River Caper model. I've shown you this in a video as well too. It's just a great knife. It's a SV30 steel, so it's real high quality stainless steel. Just holds an edge real well. It's a great knife. I love it, so I carry that knife with me in here. That sits right there. And another lighter, like I said, you're going to see them. I got them pretty much in every pocket. Here's another one. It's actually got rubber bands on it, spare rubber bands. I carry Bright Eyes. These are those tacks that you stick in a tree. Basically, I like these square ones so you can take them back out when you're done. But I carry a film canister full of these. And what's nice about them is that way if I want to come back and hunt a spot and I didn't actually mark my way in or anything like that, or didn't do it on the GPS, or it's close, I can use this to, you know, these Bright Eyes come in real handy as far as getting in and out of the woods at times. Mostly I use the GPS for that now, especially on the farther in ones. But if it's pretty close, pretty simple, and I only got to use 3 or 4 or 5 Bright Eyes, I'll grab those instead of having to put in waypoints and mess with stuff. And that's basically what I got in that compartment. This next one here is a bag of stuff in here I'll break down. We got a couple other things in here. Let's see what we got. Like I said, I don't have this stuff all organized yet. But this bag here, this is basically 2 separate rolls of toilet paper. One is bagged inside there, and the other one is loose inside this. There's like one is double bagged and one is single bagged. I do that on purpose because if I need one, I can get to it and I can start using it. But it always leaves another piece or another roll of it in there. Another, you know, probably, I don't know, maybe 40 feet of it or whatever, you know, quarter of a roll that's double bagged just in case. So it's just a double precaution because this stuff has so many uses. Blood trailing, business that you got to do in the woods, as far as you know, following blood trails, fire starters, you name it. It's a very versatile tool, so I make sure one is double bagged in there. Lightweight, doesn't take up much room, but that's toilet paper there. I have a spare haul line that's in here, same as what that other one is, just it's already basically cut at 20 feet, and that's a haul line. I always carry about 50, 60 feet of paracord. Paracord is multifunctional, 550 cord. Each strand is worth 50 pounds of test strength, plus 200 for the sheath itself. This is like carrying a whole bunch of rope. It's very versatile, comes in real handy, and it doesn't take up much room or weigh much. So I always carry a few feet of that in there. Here I have about 4 pairs of nitrile or whatever you call them, the field dressing gloves, and I got 2 more of those wet wipe single packs in there. These are always with me, but that's basically, you know, for handling meat afterwards and field dressing. This stuff is just a bag of some extras that I didn't want floating around loose inside my pack, so I kind of put them in this one thing here in this bag. So what we have here, we have 3 CR123 batteries as spares. I need 1 for my headlamp, and I need 2 for this Ecotec light. So it gives me a complete recharge on all my batteries at once with that right there. Now, when I kill an animal, if I'm going to be out there all night and I think I'm going to be out blood trailing, in my other pack, I have one of these set up. This is a tire tube. This is a bicycle tire tube, and I just stuck 3 batteries in it. It keeps them protected, keeps the contacts, you know, separated. It basically makes them perfect. Well, I have in my other pack, I have one of these that's got 6 batteries. It's a longer tube with 6 batteries. When I go field dressing, or when I go chasing animals in the dark and at night and I'm blood trailing, I automatically, when if I go back to the car and come back for an animal, I'll grab those other 6 batteries and throw them in this pack temporarily, just so I have those if I need extra backup battery wise. But I always carry 3 extras with me in this pack all the time. I also always carry 2 AA batteries. These are for my GPS. If I'm out there blood trailing or something and that GPS starts to go bad, I got a reset of lithium batteries for it. I always use lithium because of the fact that they are impervious to cold weather. They still work on the December hunts and things like that. So 2 lithium batteries, which are a spare for that. So spare batteries for all the lights in the GPS there. Another lighter, another one is kept in a Ziploc bag here and kept taken care of. I carry a spare compass. Another one, you can never have enough compasses, and you never know when you're going to break one or something happen, especially when I'm carrying it in my pocket. If I fall on that compass, if I fall on this the wrong way or something happens and I crack that or it doesn't work no more, I'm in major trouble because I don't use a compass for a lot of navigation, or I mean a GPS for navigation. I rely on a compass for 99% of it. So having a spare is very, very important as far as I'm concerned, so I always carry a spare compass in there. And I got Tums. You never know. If I go out to lunch early or something, eat pizza, and I get heartburn, it's good to have a couple packs of Tums in there with you. Super glue is multi-useful. It's not open yet, so it's still sealed on the end. I just put the cap on there like that, but I could break this open and use this Gorilla super glue. It's used. You can use it for anything. If I have a feather come off on one of my arrows, an insert come out of an arrow, my shelf starts to come off because of rain. Who knows what can happen? You know, multifunctional tool this super glue is. And then on the same note, it's part of my medical kit as well too. Super glue is phenomenal for closing up wounds and cuts and things like that. It works like a champ. It's like liquid Band-Aid. It'll work just fine. So I always carry a tube of super glue for the multifunctionality. Duct tape. I always carry quite a few feet of duct tape. Again, something comes in very handy for multiple uses. I've done podcasts on it if you want to hear about the advantages of both inner tubes and duct tape. I've done them on there. I carry a spare tab in here just to be on the safe side if I need it. Arm guard wise, if I was to lose that arm guard, I could get by with rubber bands. I got enough rubber bands between things in here that I could use a rubber band to hold clothing out of the way. But if I lost my tab, I'd be in trouble. So here's one that I've already been shooting a few times. I know it works like a champ. It's kind of broken and already molded, so I always carry a spare tab. A whistle I keep in here too. If I do get lost out there or something happens, this is a screaming loud whistle. Very lightweight, doesn't weigh anything, and it's worth its weight just to have on you. So I carry that whistle there too. This tubing, I just use it for pieces if I need to. If I forgot those yellow caps, if I lost one of these, I can always screw a piece of this tubing right on there. Just multiple uses. You can find a lot of things for it. And then I got 2 sharpening steels for my knives or for broadheads. This one's more of a fine. This small one right here is actually more of a rough one. But I hold it like this. I take my knife and I run my knife right on there. It works like a champ, even though it's small. For me, it works perfect. Yes, I could have carried 2 of these, but I had one. It was turned into 3 sections, and I carry one in my pack. So that basically is the stuff that goes inside of this bag here. And I believe that's everything inside the pack. The only exception to that, actually, it's still, I got it sitting in the other room right there. I got to go grab it real fast, and I'll show you those last couple items, and then we'll break down that thing for you. I'll go grab those. I'll be right back. Okay, those last 2 items. This one right here. This is my Azula Knife. This is one that I've done myself. It's actually got a gray, I did a gray vinegar patina on it, all natural gray, and I kind of modified the scales. I did a video on this as well too, how to modify them. This is that exact knife, the one that came out stainless. I instead put a patina on it, and I'm using it as one of my main hunting knives. The reason I didn't have it in here yet is I wasn't sure if I'm going to wear this on my side like I normally do during hunting season, or if I'm going to just leave this in my pack. It's one of my favorite knives, but I've been carrying that Benchmade with the AWT scales on it. I've been carrying this knife a lot lately, for a few months now, and I really like it. It's real simple how it sits there. So I'm not sure if I'm going to take that one off and put this one on all the time and carry this one instead, or if this one will end up in my pack and I will just carry this one on my body. So I'm not sure, but this one will be somewhere with me. I will not go into the woods without this SC Azula knife. I love this knife. It's the White River one is great, don't get me wrong. This one has proven itself over and over and over again. This is getting, I've had this knife forever. It's been through like 7 different configurations of how I set it up. It is an absolute incredible knife. I absolutely love it. So it will always be with me in the woods somewhere. This item here, this is an Anker charger made by Anker, but it's basically for charging your cell phone. I keep the charger in there, and I got the 2 cords, one to charge the Anker unit itself and one to charge my phones from. Comes in really handy if I got to be in a place where you don't get great reception and you want to have it charging for you, or if I'm in camp and I don't charge my phone, I don't want to leave my phone in the truck charging. I can keep it in the tent with me and stuff, and then when I go out the next day when I'm in the woods, I can actually charge it and then let the Anker charge overnight. It's just a functional thing. Or if I'm out there and I'm doing emails and returning calls, or emails and text messages and doing stuff when I'm out in there, if I'm working, basically gives me a way to keep my phone charged when I'm out there for a couple of days. So I can usually charge my phone about 3 full times from this, and it's very not heavy, doesn't take up a lot of space. I don't carry it all the time, but when I'm on certain hunts, this does go with me, especially so you get a lot of places and your phone service is dying really quick because you're going in and out of service, so your battery's draining fast. This just gives me a precursor to be able to keep that phone charged, especially in those kind of situations. And then I shoot a deer and I'm out there trailing one, and who knows how long I'm out there that night or where I'm going. It's nice to be able to know that regardless of your cell phone dying in your pocket and you're not realizing how fast it's dying, it gives you a way to be able to charge it. So these little chargers come in real handy. They don't take up a lot of space. But that is basically everything in a nutshell. I will break down this setup here for you. I'll bring you in closer so you can see the items of it and show you what's in there real quick. And that'll cover everything that we got in the pack that I'm going to be carrying this year. So I'll bring you in closer and show you that. All right, now I'm going to take a second and I'm going to show you this kit on here. And you know, one more thing I want to mention real fast. You see I got all these lighters. There's 3 lighters here. There's another one in here. One thing you haven't seen on here is you're not seeing a fire starter like a ferrocerium rod or a fire steel. I use those things all the time. I carry them a lot of places. In my hunting pack, I'm not worried about having one. Why? Because I have lighters scattered everywhere, multiples of them. I got one more in here, so I got a total of 5 lighters with me, 3 of which are in a Ziploc sealed bag. Every one of them works like a champ. I'm not worried about using a fire steel to start fires when I'm hunting if I got to make a fire. So lighters and stuff, they work perfect for me. And a fire steel is actually pretty heavy. The unit itself, they actually have a little more weight to them. 3 lighters weigh less than that fire steel does. So I don't feel I need to carry the weight of having them. So I thought I'd mention that. But rubber bands, I carry rubber bands on this kit just because it's a big enough way to carry extra rubber bands. And as I said, they can come in for multiple uses. Double bagged. This is not actually, I can bring it in where you can see it there, but double bagged on this, double Ziploc bags. This does not weigh much. This kit is not very heavy. It's pretty lightweight. And it's, as you can see, it's not big in size. It's about the size, it's realistically almost about the size of my cell phone. So it's not very big setup. Your stuff may vary, depends on what you do or don't want to do with it. But I keep it double bagged. Just for protection purposes, double Ziploc bags. These bags also serve as a water container or many other uses in them, but I can actually fill this with water and it gives me a quart of water in there that I can seal and take with me and use for whatever I need to. So that's a great option as well too, but everything in here is basically double bagged. Now, what we have in here, I'm going to dump it all out and I'll show it to you. But basically we have more duct tape. Can never have enough duct tape. It can be used for wound sealing. It can be used for a tremendous amount of purposes. Even on a on an open chest wound, a lung wound, things like that, I can use this bag and use duct tape and seal off 3 corners of it and let it be where they can breathe still through there. You can use it, endless possibilities. So duct tape is always in my kit, and you saw I have another one in there already too. Roll of gauze comes in real handy for me. It's just this lightweight, doesn't take up a lot of room, so I carry a roll of gauze. I have 2 Band-Aids in there I carry just for a convenience purpose. I don't know if I'd ever use them, but they take up no space, so I throw them in there. And there's times if I do get a cut, it's quicker to be able to just whip this around on me rather than crack open my super glue and have to use that super glue and have that odor and that strong smell of super glue and everything to it. So for minor stuff, 2 Band-Aids just come in real handy. Porta Aqua tablets. These are really good. They're still good. They're good for till 2020. But there's tablets in here which I can use to purify water. So I got 2 tablets in each, 2, 4, 6, and 8 tablets to be able to purify water. I can use my water container right here. I can use the Ziploc bags that are here. I can use my water bottle that I get in my pack. I can use whatever I want. So those come in real handy as well too. So that puts where you guys at right there. So Band-Aids, duct tape, gauze, And my water tablets, I carry, again, another compass right here too. Just a small compact compass. Why? As I said, I rely on a compass for 99% of all my navigation. So now technically I have 3 of them in here. They weigh nothing, they take up little space, it's worth it. I have another little bottle, not opened yet or not used, of glue. It's just, again, multifunctional, just a small little dab of glue. Doesn't take up much weight. This pill container here is filled with 2. It's basically got ibuprofen in there, and it has aspirin in there. The ibuprofen I carry in case I get a headache, something like that, or you get hurt, you need the pain reliever aspect of it. It comes in real handy. And I also have aspirin in there, and the aspirin, some people don't like ibuprofen, so aspirin is a nice option. And also in case of a stroke or something like that, or somebody having a heart attack or anything like that, they say that you're supposed to give them aspirin right off the bat, so I carry it in there. If we're dragging a deer out and I go down, or a friend of mine or something goes down, or whatever the case is, I think it's worth having the aspirin. So those are the only 2 pills I carry, is aspirin and ibuprofen. I have another lighter right here. As you can see, always good to have lighters in there, I told you. This little pill container right here is filled with petroleum jelly covered cotton balls. So I think I got 8 or 10 of these cotton balls in here that are basically perfect. They're the best fire starter in the world. Again, even though I can start fires a lot of different ways, when I got to make a fire in the middle of the night because I'm lost, last thing I want to do is mess with something. So these allow me a quick, surefire way to be able to get a fire going along with my lighters and things like that. So again, I carry those in there. Safety pin comes in handy for a lot of stuff, especially getting out splinters. You get a sliver in your hand, you can use the needle part of that, heat it up and use that to get stuff out. You got a rip in your clothing, or if I need to be able to pin my clothes back for an arm guard or something, safety pin comes in handy. And I carry in here another gauze pad, just comes in handy too, takes up no space. This is a little chart that I made that is actually tells me a lot of first aid type things. I printed this out back in... I made this in 1998, and I've been carrying one ever since in all my packs. So it gives me a lot of medical information and how to handle different things and bleedings and different kind of wound care. Shows me, I got a list on the back that shows pressure points and where you can apply pressure at to stop bleeding, things of that nature. I just always carry that with me. I have 2 survival blankets in here. They can be used as survival blankets, they can be used for signal, they can be used as shelters, they can be used as a rain fly, they can be turned into anything you want to turn them into. They weigh nothing and take up no space, so very easy. And then this is basically a roll of dental floss that I broke the plastic container off, and so I got all this amount of dental floss, which is very tough and waxed, and this is good quality cordage right here that can be used for a lot of different things. And again, it weighs nothing. So that's my little survival medical kit. With that, I can do just about everything I need to, especially when you also throw in the Quikclot that I got. In the Quikclot, you notice I don't keep this. Quikclot doesn't stay in this kit. Why? Because this kit is buried in there and it's a little more difficult to get to. This is quick and easy access because if I need this, we need it right now and fast. So I'm not putting it in this kit where it's buried into everything and I got to hunt for it. This is always quick to get to in my pack just in case we got to have it. So that kind of breaks up that kit for you, shows you what's in that medical setup. And, like I said, it's not a lot of stuff, but it'll do everything that I need it to do. And what I can't do with this, I pretty much got the skill set to be able to find something else in my setup that'll work. So that's basically everything I carried, the whole pack setup that I'm going to have on me this whole entire year. So thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll be back with another video soon. Talk to you later. Bye.